hip width apart. Just going to wiggle back a little bit. There we go. Rolling the shoulders up, back and down. Just doing that a couple of times. Beautiful. One more. And this time, hold them back and down, slotting them down your back. And then just closing the eyes. Start to focus on your breathing. Remember taking that breath all the way down through the chest, the side ribs, all the way down into the tummy. If you're not sure if you're doing this properly, just pop one hand onto the chest, one hand onto the tummy. And as you breathe in, you should feel the chest rise and then the tummy. And as you breathe out, the tummy drops and then the chest. Beautiful. Just a couple more nice deep breaths. Great job. Okay, we're going to inhale the arms up. And we're going to exhale those elbows into the waist. So we get our arms in a bit of a V position. Inhale up. This is going to get us nice and warm. Exhale the elbows in. And again, keep following your breath here. Nice deep breathing. You might even try and go a little bit quicker. It's really going to generate some heat. 2 more. Beautiful. This time we're going to come up onto tiptoes. So really squeezing those thighs together, and the same with the arms as we come back down and we bring the heels down also. Don't worry if you're a little bit wobbly when you come up onto tiptoes, that's fine. Beautiful. One more. Keeping the heels on the ground this time, arms come up, and we exhale over to one side, catching a hold of the wrist or the forearm. And if you want to make this a little bit stronger, just rock your hip over to the side. Inhale back to center and over to the other side. Awesome. Okay, we're going to go through some sun salutations. So just stepping to the edge of your mat, inhaling the arms up, exhale them down into a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, so that's where we flatten our back and we draw the shoulders backwards. Exhale, forward fold. Step the feet back so that we're going into plank. Now remember, you can either be in high plank here or you can drop your knees. Your choice. Nice deep breath in. As you exhale, rock the weight forwards and lower yourself down to the ground as slowly as possible. Point the toes. And inhale to cobra. So we're just lifting our chest off of the ground. And then tuck the toes, exhaling up into downward dog. And just reposition the feet. You might even want to pedal the feet out, just this first one, until you come to settle. And just remember, with your downward dog here, you want to be drawing down through the heels. Don't worry if they touch the floor or not, but you want that action of drawing them down. We want to lift the tailbone. Now, as soon as you lift your tailbone, you'll find that your chest sweeps towards your thighs a little bit more, and that's exactly what we're looking to do. Okay, I want you to bend the knees and you're going to walk the feet towards the hands. Just little steps, keep going, keep going. Forward fold. Inhale to halfway lift. Exhale to fold. We're going to inhale up to standing. So sweep the arms up. If you want to add a little back bend, you can. And exhale the hands to heart center. Let's go again. Inhale up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. So just remember with that halfway lift, if you can't flatten your back out, being so far bent over, just lift yourself up. So you might find that your hands are actually on your thighs instead of your shins. If you just feel your spine, if you can feel it poking out and curving, then you're not flattening your back out. So just come up a little bit and then flatten the back. And it's just a case of practice, you'll get lower and lower with that. Exhale, forward fold, plant the hands, step back into plank. Inhale, exhale, rock forwards and lower. Now you might come up into upward dog, or you might go all the way down and come up into cobra on your inhale. And as you exhale, rocking back into downward dog. Beautiful, well done. Okay, we're going to step that right foot forward. You're going to sweep your leg up. I'm not, because I haven't quite got enough space here. So sweep the right leg up on an inhale, and as you exhale, step the foot forward between the hands. That's awesome, well done. And then we're going to come up into warrior one. So we're balancing on the ball of the back foot. And we're planting that whole front foot down onto the ground, really pushing down into the mat. Beautiful. Now if your arms don't feel good up above, you can bring them down to cactus or goalpost. You can even bring them to your hips. Just do what works for you. Keep that breathing going. On your next exhale, you're going to plant the back foot. So the heel comes down, and that back foot can either run in line with the short edge of your mat, or you might have it at a 45-degree angle, so your toes are slightly pointing the front of your mat. And then we're going to bring the arms down to shoulder height into warrior two. And you're just going to sink as low as you can into that front leg. Now there's just a couple of things to check while we do warrior two, especially if you're new to yoga. The main thing is that front knee stays over the ankle. We don't want the knee dipping inwards or pushing outwards. A really good way to check this is if when you glance down, you should be able to see your big toe and pretty much nothing else. Maybe just the next toe. So it's a really good way of knowing whether your knee is in the correct alignment. And then what I want you to do is try and relax down through the shoulders. So yes, we're holding them up. You can still relax that tension through the shoulders and the neck. Beautiful, well done. On your next inhale, you're going to straighten the front leg and sweep that right hand back. Left hand touches the thigh into peaceful warrior, and we exhale back into warrior two. So we bend back through that front leg again. Inhale, sweep the arm back. Exhale, warrior two. Now just keep going at your own pace, follow your breath. So inhale, we sweep back. Exhale, warrior two. Just a couple more here. You don't have to straighten that front leg if you don't want to. You can keep it bent. Makes it a little bit harder. And hold in warrior two now. And what I want you to do, I want you to straighten that front leg. We're going to go into triangle. So both legs are straight here. And with the right fingertips, I want you to keep reaching forward, 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 taking the body with it. And when you get to a point where you can't go any further forward, you're then going to drop. Okay, so that right arm, the fingertips might just come down onto the shin. You can hold onto your shin, just make sure to avoid the knee. And the main thing here is that we've really got the chest open to the side. So if you need to come up a little bit higher to do that, that's absolutely fine. You don't need to be all the way over. Just going as low as you can. And one other thing to check in triangle is that you just rock your weight, your upper body weight backwards a little bit, so you're not leaning forwards. Your shoulders should be over the hips. So again, if you need to come up a little bit to do that, then just rise a little. Beautiful. Keep breathing. Holding it here. On your next inhale, you're going to squeeze through the tummy and bring the upper body back up. And exhale back down into Warrior Two. Might really be feeling it through the shoulders a little bit now because we've been holding the arms up for so long. Just keep breathing. Nice deep breath in. And as we exhale, we're going to windmill the hands back to the ground and step back into downward dog. Just slowly breathing down here. Again, lifting that tailbone and just notice that change in your body as you lift your tailbone. Again, just excuse my poor downward dog at the moment. This injury is driving me crazy. Well done. On your next inhale, you're going to lift your left leg and you're going to step it through into your Warrior One. I'm actually just going to scooch around the other way so that I'm still facing you. So remember, we're on the balls of the back foot. And if you're happy to, the arms sweep up. And what I want you to do is really keep pushing up with that back hamstring. So really lift that leg. Don't let the knee start to drop. Beautiful, well done. Play around with the arm positions if it's not working for you. On your next exhale, you're going to plant that back foot. Remember, either straight in line with the short edge of your mat or you have the toes slightly pointing in towards you. The arms come to shoulder height and we bend down through that front knee. Just checking that knee position. You should be able to see your big toe and maybe just the next one. Try and relax through the shoulders here. So Warrior is a really strong pose. But we also want to find some peace in the pose and relaxation. So that's why we really got to try and relax through the shoulders. So we're not hunching them up. On your next inhale, straighten the front leg. Sweep back into Peaceful Warrior. Exhale, back into Warrior Two. And just following your own breath here. So inhale to rise. Exhale, Warrior Two. And just keep following through. That's beautiful. And your eyes can literally follow that left hand as we go through these. Back to Warrior Two, hold it here. You're going to straighten that front leg. You're going to start to reach with the left fingertips as far as you can until you get to that point where you need to drop. And remember, let's rock the upper body backwards a little bit so that it's in line with our hips and our legs. Makes it a little bit harder, so you might need to come up slightly. You can play around with your leg positions here as well. You might want your feet slightly closer together if you're beginning or starting out. Sorry if you can hear that wind and rain outside. It's not very nice out there today. Beautiful. Inhale, back up. Squeeze through the side body and the abs. Back into warrior two, bending through that left knee. And on your next exhale, windmill the arms down and step back into downward dog. Slow your breathing down. Beautiful. Exhale the knees down. We're going to bring the toes together, open the knees down into child's pose or balasana. So sit back towards the heels and then walk your hands away from you so that the head comes down to the ground. Few really lovely deep breaths here, all the way down into your tummy. Couple more breaths. Beautiful. Inhale, bring yourself up, and we're going to do some side plank work here. So, bring the left hand to the ground. Now, if you haven't done much of these before, keep that left knee on the floor, and you're just going to lift that right arm up and straighten the right leg. And you can lift that leg if you like, or you can just keep it down on the ground. But if you're feeling pretty okay there, not too much of a challenge, then you're going to straighten both legs out. I think we've got lightning going on outside there. Beautiful, well done. Keep drawing that lower hip upwards, okay? Don't let it drop. Wow, we've got a whole thunderstorm going on as our music. It's pretty cool. Beautiful. On your next exhale, drop the hip down, just have a quick breather. We're going to do the same again, but we're going to make it a little bit more challenging this time. So we're going to add a little arm action and a twist. So when you're ready, inhale, back up. Either option with the bottom knee bent or straight. Now, take a nice deep breath, and as you exhale, we're going to sweep that right hand through the gap, almost like we're doing thread the needle, and then back up. Okay? So down, back up, 3 more. 3, 2, and 1. Well done. Drop the hip, have a little breather. We're going to spin round onto the other side. Bit of a killer on the shoulders, that one as well. So remember, you can keep that bottom knee on the floor if you need to. Or if you're happy to, straighten both of the legs out. Inhale, the left arm up. And keep drawing up that bottom hip. So it's the right hip now, we've got to draw it upwards. Find your strength here. If you find it too much on your wrist, you can absolutely come down onto your elbow if that's a little bit easier and more comfortable. Still does the same thing. In 3, 2, 1, lower the hip. Have a quick breather. And then we're going to go through to that thread the needle version. So when you're ready, inhale, sweeps upwards, and as you exhale, thread the needle underneath the body. Inhale back up. I'm going to have to talk a bit louder, aren't I? Sweep it through. Inhale back up. 3, 2, and 1. Well done. Rest it down. Just give those shoulders a bit of a roll. Just going to double check how we're doing for time. Yeah, we're cool. So just give those shoulders a really nice big roll out. And then what I want you to do is take the hands behind the bottom, palms on the floor if you can. And I want you to squeeze your shoulder blades together and lift the chest. So just really giving those the shoulders a bit of a stretch after working them in those side planks. Keep squeezing the shoulder blades together and lift the chest. We're looking up at the ceiling here. Beautiful, well done. Just gently bring yourself back up. You're going to bring the soles of the feet together into butterfly. Now don't worry if your knees are up a little bit like mine are. It takes a lot of practice. I've been doing yoga for a couple of years now. Still haven't quite managed to get my knees any lower, but that's okay. I'm still working at it. And what I want you to do is try and shift your bottom nearer to your heels. It's easier to move your bottom than it is your heels. So just keep shifting. And you might catch a hold of around your ankles. You might even be able to catch a hold of your toes, your big toes. You might even hold the feet. And what I want you to do is try and completely relax now over the feet. So we're letting go of the spine. And we're arching over the feet. Try and relax through the arms. If you're really struggling with this, it's really a great idea to elevate your bottom a little bit, so your hips. So if you want to pop a cushion or a blanket, or if you've got a block or a book, it just helps to open up the hips a little bit more. I quite often just use a block when I'm doing this pose. And I want you to try and completely relax through the hips and the groin area. It's really hard to let go of that tension. But just take your attention, your mind's attention to that area, and give it permission to relax. Let the tension melt away. Two more nice deep breaths here. Beautiful. Inhale to rise, just being very careful to look after your back here. You can use your arms to help you up. And just come into a cross-legged position. And what I want you to do is place one hand on the chest, one hand on the tummy. We're going to do a little breathing exercise. So you can close your eyes for this. You don't have to. You can keep them open if you'd rather. And what we're going to do is we're going to try and breathe in for 4 and out for 4, but we're going to have a little pause in between the inhales and exhales. So inhaling for the count of 4. Remember, use that area at the back of your nose and throat. If you pretend to, or if you hum, you'll feel that area where we kind of control the airflow. So that's what you want to try and use when we're doing this slower breathing. So in for 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. Out. 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. In. 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. Out. 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. own count now, with a little 2 count pause at the end, and then exhaling for the count of 4. Pause for 2. And keep cycling through. And just bring your attention to your hands on your body, making sure that as you inhale, the chest and the tummy are rising. And as you exhale, the tummy and the chest are sinking inwards. 2 more cycles here. Last one. Beautiful. Bring the hands to heart center. You can open the eyes now. We're going to take 2 lovely deep breaths. Sorry, signal's just gone. 2 lovely deep breaths. In through the nose and out through the mouth. We take a bow. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope to see